What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Earthboys podcast. My name is Emmy,
And I'm Jaden.
and today is episode 20.
Let's go.
Freaking awesome. We are 1/5 of the way to 100 episodes and halfway to 50 episodes. Just kidding.
You're a little off there.
I know. It's
We got it.
9 in the morning. You know,
5
I'm
weeks.
just waking up. 25 is going to be 1/4 of the way.
I offered you an espresso shot.
No, I'm good because I'm going to go back home and sleep right away.
Really?
Yes,
Do you work today?
I do.
Oh, nice.
So I'm trying to get some Z's in before I go to sleep.
4 or 4:30?
4:30. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm really interested in this camera that you got pre-ordered. We talked about it 2 episodes ago, but
Yeah, dude, it's already been 2 weeks.
it's already
To
been
the
2
day.
weeks. But I've seen so many videos on it. Actually, even like no joke or anything. Just randomly minding my business on my side of YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I've already seen 3 videos suggested for that camera
Really? On your
Yeah.
side of YouTube is crazy.
on
'cause
my side of YouTube.
I would assume mine and your demographics of YouTube is very different.
It is very different, but the fact that I've seen 3 of them, I was pretty surprised. Like a lot of people are.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I think some people are really enjoying it. I didn't
Yeah.
watch 2 of them, but I did see for a couple minutes of the first one that I stumbled upon, and it seemed like they were having a good time. The type of video was like testing out the new Fujifilm camera in New York City or something. I don't remember.
of
And they,
course.
they were like walking around in the rain or something.
That would be fun as hell.
And then the second one was somebody taking pictures like in the snow or something,
Mm-hmm.
like really cold weather conditions. And so I don't remember. I didn't watch that one. That's the one
Yeah.
I didn't watch. But
So that camera got popular during obviously COVID. Oh, the original. Not the original camera, but the X100V or
Yeah.
V as everybody likes to call it
mm-hmm.
because they're lazy. That camera got popular during 2020, and there was obviously the shortage supply of everything, and then it became the hype camera for some reason
Yeah.
because it's so simple and not flashy and
Mhm.
little, and you could pocket it, but it still has very good specs in it.
Yeah.
It became impossible to get your hands on. New one comes out. They realize that everyone wants one. Everybody put in pre-orders. Scalpers put in crazy pre-orders.
Dude. Yeah.
People are selling. They retail for $1,700, which is low key, kind of a little more than what the camera should be worth.
Right.
People are selling it for like a grand profit. I made a couple videos on it, which the comment sections are pretty active in there, which is nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, no one normal's pretty much getting them. Obviously, all the people that got the camera early and then the embargo was lifted, all those
Yeah,
motherfuckers
yeah.
got cameras, and they're all basically dominating the market because they're in the in crowd with the camera
Right.
creators. But yeah, it's been 2 weeks. No updates for me. I'm still on back order.
Still on back order.
I don't know how long do I wait and not keep it.
I mean, the thing with waiting for things to be in stock when you pre-order them, especially things like a camera or things of like that are high value like that,
Mhm.
I would have a little more patience waiting for something like that than let's say like something that was $100 to $200,
Yeah.
$500.
Yeah.
Like if it was something like that, and it was truly taking more than a month's time, more than 4 weeks. At that point, I'm like,
Yeah, I see you.
in the next week or 2, I'm probably going to cancel the order if nothing happens. But for a nice camera like that, I mean, I would kind of stick it out a
Yeah.
little longer than I would normally wait, only for the fact that it's like it's highly sought after. It's going to be a cool product,
Yeah.
and the people are already.
And I've never had a Fuji camera before.
You've never had a Fuji camera, and also people seem like they're starting to really like this camera from what I've seen very vaguely on YouTube.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't want you to miss out on that experience, especially if it's something that you may potentially like really enjoy.
Yeah.
Like have
That's why I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck. I'm just sitting here obviously it's been 2 weeks. I'll have the camera paid off by the end of this month.
yeah.
Obviously, I'm living very, very minimal
Mm-hmm.
because obviously I shouldn't have bought the camera, but to me it was going to be a good experience. I don't ever buy new products.
Yeah.
I always buy my shit used,
That's what I mean.
and it would be fun to maybe finally make YouTube videos with something small and not like a big deal thing.
Right.
Just something little that you could just take photos as a fixed lens. It's literally a 35 millimeter equivalent, so it doesn't come off.
Uh-huh.
I already have the accessories to make it weather sealed to screw on the front.
Oh, okay.
I already have I'm already kind of invested.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's kind of weird to look at the order from B&H and see that it's been 2 weeks.
Right.
Nothing.
That's what I'm thinking. Like you might as well just wait for it because this camera looks like a pretty fun little gadget,
Mhm.
and I think genuinely it's going to be something that you end up really liking,
Yeah.
just because of the ease of use, and two, like the film style simulation is something you're kind of like interested in and experimenting with.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
so I think ultimately you're going to like it
Yeah.
more than
No,
you're
I have no
expecting
doubt
to.
that I'll like the camera, you know?
Yeah, I say it's worth the wait.
Yeah. I mean, even if I get it and end up really actually not liking it and not giving it a chance, like I could probably sell it for exactly what I bought it for, even like $100 loss or whatever, which would be totally fine.
Right.
That's if I don't end up liking it. But yeah, obviously, like shooting film is very. I love shooting film, but obviously
Mhm.
the fact is like 10 to maybe $18ish a roll, plus $18 in development,
Yeah.
plus the wait time, plus
Mhm.
I got to drive there. And like, granted, we don't live close, but we don't live like crazy far
Yeah.
to the lab I develop at. But
It's
still,
still a mission.
it's still like $20 worth of gas. So I don't usually ever develop unless I'm in the area or I'm around that area. You know.
Or you're planning to be in that area
Yeah,
anyways
yeah,
to
yeah.
do
I don't.
something else. Yeah.
In my first like 5 rolls, I busted a bunch of solo missions. But this is back when I like had the money for it, you know, and like I just didn't see it go because you know when you're doing okay on money, you're like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
You're like, it doesn't matter.
doesn't matter, and then it catches up like a couple months later, like, ooh,
Fuck.
yeah, yeah, hey, oh,
You're like, I filled up
hey,
my gas tank more than I should have.
yeah, hey. That ran out real quick.
Like that fun only lasted for so long. You know, the dopamine release from driving to get your film
Yeah,
exposed or whatever, or dealt with, and then you're realizing like, fuck, dude,
yeah,
spending a
dude.
lot of money on
I
this.
was burning through film, but on the good side though, I bought like some expired film off of eBay, so I technically got a really good deal.
Uh-huh.
But it was one of those things where like the dopamine was so high, I was just ripping through
Yeah,
it. You
yeah,
know, like,
yeah.
who cares,
And
dog?
you start justifying things you normally wouldn't justify.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But the thing is also, it's like, okay, so I posted a video about it, like resellers, you know, I was talking about it. I reused the same thumbnail, even though it's still doing good, which was kind of funny because I don't have any photos of the X100.
Hey, if it's
Nor
not
do I
broken,
want to
don't
be
fix it.
cheeky and steal like off of Google Images because those
Yeah.
images do belong to someone, and that's weird to me, you know.
Uh-huh.
So I was this guy or whatever, and I have everybody posting like from anywhere from like the Ukraine to Germany to X, Y, or Z. It's kind of weird. It's kind of cool to
Damn.
see everyone talking about it, how they feel about it. Like people reselling, and it's like I get it that people don't like resellers, but also it's like there's a supply and demand.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of shitty, but like
I mean, the market's there for a reason. If people
yeah,
want it, then people are going to want it. And if people have extras, they're going to sell it for whatever price.
Yeah.
If people truly want it, they'll pay whatever for it.
yeah. Well, this guy in the area, if he was being truthful about it, which I think he is, I think it's pretty accurate that he's selling them for like $900 profit a pop.
That's crazy.
It was like if I would have known that and like there was enough like market for it, because I didn't know I was buying the camera till the night of. Like literally, I got home from work 5 minutes before release. We were talking about it in the photography group chat. I looked it up on B&H, sat there, waited a couple minutes, and I was like, all right, like I'll just put it on the credit card. It would be good to try something new, X, Y, or Z. You know, like,
Yeah.
just a new experience. I was like, all right, did it, whatever. But like, it's fun to see people going like, oh, he's making 900 X, Y, and Z. If I would have known that, I would have maybe thought about like maxing out my credit card for like the fat profit.
Get like one or two of them
Yeah, get like
just to make $1,600 back.
Yeah.
Or
But
whatever,
honestly,
$1,800.
I feel like it'd be too much of a risk, and like I don't really feel like doing something like that. I'd feel weird.
That's one of those things where it's like, obviously hindsight is 2020, but the thought of potentially, getting three of them and then selling two for, let's just say it was three, selling two for $900 profit, right? Like
Yeah.
the idea of that is like, oh damn, it's actually not that bad to
Yeah.
do that. But then also you have to deal with the weight of spending how much was it? Like 1,700, right?
Yeah, 1,700.
Okay, so then imagine spending $5,100
Mm-hmm.
just so you can make, $1,800 back, like in cash,
Yeah, that'd be sick.
in profit, which would be nice, but
But also, it's very stressful because we didn't know
Yeah.
that they weren't gonna like.
well, that's what I mean. You're gambling on the fact that
Oh,
people
yeah.
are gonna want it. So it's like let's say you spend that $5,100, and now it's like you're dead in the water because people don't want to buy secondhand. They'd rather just wait it out.
Yeah.
Now you're screwed.
Or we didn't because they moved their factories to China to mass produce it faster.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like I have no issue with that because all of our shit's made in China
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Our iPhones and those things are pretty reliable.
Mm-hmm.
So they like Fuji was low key talking a big game. Like, yeah, we ramped up production. You know, X, Y, or Z. Our factories are still good. We still have the same quality checks, X, Y, and Z. You know,
Mhm.
all the stuff that a company will say.
Right.
And boom,
Only like 300.
only like only a little bit went out. It seems like, and like everybody's like, some people are raging about it in the comments. Like, I do feel bad for the people that like literally just want the camera for like
Yeah, the raging.
because the soul, they just wanted it.
Right, right.
And then there's like obviously the scalpers that are just seeing and lurking in the shadows.
Uh-huh.
But think about it. If you bought 3 total and sold 2, you basically got yours for free.
Basically got yours for free. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Uh-huh.
Like,
It's a nice thought, but I think for your average Joe spending $5,100 to get 3 of them or something like that, or even more to get more.
yeah, no, that'd be
You
crazy.
know, that's crazy. Like
One, you
you're
have to have
really
a massive
riding
credit
on
card
it.
limit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you just had cash lying around.
Or you're just a person who's already done it so many times with other things that the fear has already been stripped away,
True.
and you're not even like worried because your average on doing those things is high, or let's just assume that your average is high. Let's say you're good at doing the scalping or whatever.
Hmm.
If you're already doing something like that, like from the get-go, you're not really going to think twice about it because for you it's like, it's just another round of this game,
Yeah, that is true.
you know.
New products is kind of weird because you don't know what the
You
supply
don't, you
chain is gonna
never
be.
know. You never know because let's say you wanted to scalp on this item
Yeah.
and you think the supply is going to be low when it first drops, but then everybody gets theirs on the first round.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
Now you're out. Now you have to like sell at either break even or a loss,
Probably a loss.
which would suck.
Or ship it back to the people that like B&H or Adorama or any of that
As a return.
as a return
As a
item.
return,
But
yeah.
that, even then, don't most of those places charge like a 10-15% restocking fee now?
I don't know the full. I'm not aware of,
I
of a
feel like
full
they
price.
do. I feel like they do. Because a
Uh-huh.
lot of places do. I remember when Best Buy didn't charge a restocking fee.
Oh.
Best Buy realized that they were just like a rent it place,
Oh,
return
yeah.
it. They get like have to like sell the product for less or whatever,
Mhm.
and then you just go buy it cheaper on Amazon or something. You know?
Right.
Damn.
Dang, I didn't even think about it like that. Like quote unquote renting stuff from the Best Buy, like buying it and then returning
Oh,
it
yeah,
before
I've done it
the
before.
30 days. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I hadn't thought about that.
I usually think about it like if I do like if I end up liking a product, I'd be like, okay, you know. But nowadays, now you have to take into account that restocking fee.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
never considered that like thought of if I don't like this, just return it. You know,
I've never been that person.
when I
either.
go buy something, I'm like committed to the buying it and having it.
Yeah.
And I'm never thinking about like, oh, I may return this. I'll keep the receipt just in case I want to return it. For me,
Yeah.
it's like if I spent the money on it, it's mine now. It's not going back to the store. If I made a mistake in buying it, that's my mistake. That's it.
I feel it.
I don't know. I've always
That's how I
been,
am about most things. Or like
yeah.
food at a restaurant, I ain't gonna send shit back.
Oh no, I'm just gonna eat it.
I'm just gonna eat it
I'm
and
just
just
gonna
take
eat
the
it.
L.
Yeah.
You know?
Like there's I mean it's like I get it, you know, some people genuinely don't like certain things. But man, yeah, just I've had tables where it's like they order something and they look at it and they're like, "Nah, I don't want it." It's like, "Okay, well, now I can't give this back to the chef. It hit the table and I can't eat it because it hit the table and I don't want to eat food that's like been quote unquote on a guest table.
Yeah, it's weird.
So now this is fucking going in the trash. You fucking douchebag."
Yeah, yeah.
What
No, for
else
sure.
what else do you want that's different that you're going to have to wait 15 20 minutes for while the whole rest of your party eats? You know, so I've never been one to like return stuff.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah. But
I mean, unless Amazon. Amazon's usually pretty good about it too, since we have a Kohl's next to us.
oh
And
yeah.
Kohl's is like a return center.
Uh-huh.
Them I don't feel bad at all.
Yeah.
Because Amazon's literally Amazon's bigger than any other company, really.
Right.
You know?
For them they're just like a no-faced company, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter like if you just be
But
returning
also, I don't
stuff.
hate Amazon either. You know how everyone was always like, "Oh no, Amazon this, Amazon that." I'm like, let's be real. Everyone hating on
neutral.
Amazon. People use it. Like,
Yeah, I'm neutral on it. I use it every now and again. It's not like I'm surfing.
do you have Prime?
I have Prime.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, it's so
I have
easy.
Prime because I used to use my mom's Prime,
Mhm.
and then I got lazy logging into their account and wanting to save my information on their thing, so I just got my own Prime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. Like, I don't really buy things like that. Well, obviously, my parents hit me up when they want shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'll just have them send me the money. Like, I buy it, send them the screenshot of, like, what it costs, and then they send
Oh
me
yeah,
the money,
then they
you know?
pay you after. Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, I'm not really buying anything crazy on Prime. Obviously, I got that Prime gift card, so I bought those 2 rolls of Kodak Portrait 800.
Oh yeah.
Still have one of those. I'm stoked on it.
Yeah.
Like, I buy my toiletries, like, if I need deodorant, toothpaste, Tide Pods, all that shit. Like, that's pretty much what I use Amazon Prime for. It's very rare that I'm just like effing off and buying dumb stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not one of those people where like you know that Caleb Hammer, that financial channel I
Oh
watch.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dude, so many people are just buying like random
Just stuff.
stuff on Amazon, and I just don't like.
It's
I
because
understand it.
It's because it's so easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. It's like I get it, but I don't. Yeah.
like you know, I'm like, who sees all these X, Y, and Z things and thinks they need it, or like, you know what it is? It's probably those little TikTok scrollers. Hey guys, day in the life of me. I bought this on Amazon today. Da, da. I'm like, oh my god, I need it.
Yeah.
Ah,
They see it as like the next thing or whatever that they're like, oh well, people like this, so I'm gonna get one.
yeah,
I don't know. They don't think like maybe I actually don't need this
yeah.
freaking garbage.
But also, I will say, the thing that plagues like the current generation, what's one, I think just dumbness, but two, like the level of money you can spend at your house
Is ungodly.
is ungodly.
You can literally bankrupt yourself in a day if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you could bankrupt yourself in a day, literally from your bed,
So easy.
From when you
Without
just
getting out
waking
of
up.
your bed, you could wake up
with your phone on 5%.
with your phone on 5%, choose the maximum amount of violence for that day, and just completely financially ruin yourself.
Yeah.
You could do it. So easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy. It's stupid. It's like, yeah, I don't understand. Like, people get up and they're like, huh, I'm going to spend $500 on Amazon shit today.
Yeah. No, that blows my mind.
Yeah, it literally blows my mind.
What I do like though, it's kind of funny. I don't know if it's like inflated numbers or whatever, or where they get the science from.
Yeah.
But on Amazon now, let me try to find it. In your account, it'll give you like a stat of how much money you've saved and how much time you've saved. I want to find it.
Jesus.
It's really kind of funny. It's funny to see the number go up, and then, I can't find it.
Some people's numbers are probably so high.
Yeah.
That shit's
Okay,
insane.
right here. Oh wait, hold on, never mind. I can't find it. But it's funny to see the stat almost like it's a what is it? Like a Spotify rap.
Yeah.
It's
No,
so
dude,
funny.
well-
I'm like, Jesus, guys.
I mean, I'm gonna speak on this lightly, but one of my roommates always has an Amazon package outside. Sometimes it's more than one. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 throughout the day that just like show up at the door. And it's like, how much fucking shit are we ordering right now?
Yeah.
And it's like there's always big packages, small packages, medium, like all types of sizes of packages always arriving at the house.
Yeah.
Like every fucking day there's a package outside. I'm like, where is all this stuff going?
Yeah, no.
Where's
for
all this
real.
extra room? Like what is this stuff? Like what's it being used for? Where's it going? Like what?
And it's not like the person.
I just don't get it.
Obviously, it's a roommate, so it's like not a full even house. You know, I could see maybe if it was like a big house,
Yeah.
but even then, it's like you only have so much space.
Yeah, but like what is it though? Like what is it that's so like like it has to be bought right now? It's like, but it's every day. That's what but it's whatever, you know. It's not.
I mean, no. I've seen the houses where you walk
Yeah,
by
yeah,
there
yeah.
and their front porch has like 7 packages at it. I'm
I'm
like,
like, what the fuck, bro?
I don't know if I talked to this about you, but did you ever growing up? I may have talked about it for my coworker, but let me know if I'm repeating something.
I don't know.
Um,
Just spit it out.
I was remember growing up and you see someone that got the new car and you're like, wow, they must have money or X, Y, or Z, you know? Or
Oh,
like,
yeah.
damn, they're doing good, which they could be, you know. But now when you see like as an adult, when you see someone get a new car, to me, I'm like, that is very cool. You have a nice new shiny thing that probably performs well and should be reliable.
Yeah.
But also nowadays, I'm like, that's probably $700 a month that they were spending now that they weren't before.
Yeah, I almost can't.
Plus insurance.
As a stranger, I almost can't enjoy the thought of it anymore because because now I'm also thinking about the money that it costs to have that thing. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm being tormented just as much as the owner is.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what the owner's feeling like.
Because like new things are cool for the first like
Yeah.
6 months.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I'm assuming like a big purchase.
Right.
item. Obviously, like we were talking about the camera right now.
Uh-huh.
It's been 2 weeks since I've paid the money.
You're still riding the high of like that.
I'm not even
thing.
riding the high anymore.
Oh, really?
I'm just waiting for it to come in, and then eventually, like I'll like re-enjoy it, you know? Because obviously you can be like, oh fuck, well I don't have it, so I don't care, and I don't have a date. And then when I pick it up, and I'll be like, oh, this is nice, you know, and then I'll hit that high
Dude's
again.
dopamine is like at 0%.
Oh yeah, I'm gone. The dopamine's already gone for it. No way. Like it's gone. But also, it's like,
That's funny.
how long does the dopamine of the new car last? I would honestly say at peak at 5 months, and then it just becomes another thing in your daily life. It becomes your
That's
standard.
crazy. 5 months.
So like one time we were talking, I was talking with my friend. We were, I don't know where we were. I think we were in Europe,
Yeah.
and we were walking. And we were just talking about things, and his friend had mentioned that his ex at the time, well, it's still his ex, I guess, right?
Ex at the time. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wait, are they back
Yeah.
together?
And his ex was that somebody. His friend had said that his ex had purchased a new car, and then like the friend, I don't even know why the friend would say something like this, which is kind of a douche move. Maybe he thought he was being funny. I don't know. Or maybe I just didn't hear the context, so I don't know.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, she just got a new car. How does it make you feel? She's got a new car after she left, after you guys broke up. He goes, and my friend goes, he goes, what do you mean? The only thing she's flexing is her new debt. And I was like, damn, that is like the best he could have handled that.
Yeah.
And it is true. Like people just
Yeah,
be
it's
like, oh, I got a
facts.
new car.
Cool. Cool.
Whether
What's
it's
your
like
monthly payment?
some X, Y, or Z person, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that just means your insurance went up because it's a new car and they need full coverage when they're new cars. And two, dude, it could be like a 9% APR. You could be losing your ass on that car.
Bro, also some people don't even give a fuck about the insurance and they're like, oh yeah, I'll get it. And then they never do.
Yeah.
Then they get into a fucking wreck and they have to drive away, or what's the term for it? Hit and run.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I
they
mean,
don't
it's
have
100% illegal to drive without insurance in the States.
Yeah, but
I don't
a lot
know how
of
other
no,
places.
dude, so many people drive without insurance.
So many people do, but like,
It's kind of scary when you think about it, because you never know. Like the chances of you, I mean, the odds of getting into an accident are already the number that they are, and we already drive pretty carefully nowadays, anyways. So
Yeah.
it's a little less than that. But I feel like the chances of, getting struck by somebody or getting into an accident with somebody that doesn't have insurance, I feel like that's, higher than it obviously should be.
and not to sound like a dick, I think in our area too, people are probably driving more so without insurances
Probably, yeah.
because we are close to a border
Hey,
and insurances don't like carry over.
yeah.
I don't think.
In Washington, a lot of people didn't have insurance
Yeah, that's scary, bro.
because when I got into my car accident, when I totaled the Fiat, the truck that I hit, the guy was like, I don't have insurance, and he drove off. Never seen him again.
Damn.
The guy that I hit, he was like, I just got insurance. He's like, I used to not have insurance like ever, and I just got it like a couple months ago.
I think it's just people being
like,
like
geez, man.
stupid in general, but also like
It's expensive though.
in the area. Yeah, it is.
I'm not trying to
expensive, but
justify why
yeah.
they don't have it, but I'm saying like it is expensive.
But also in the area that we live in, like how often are Mexico plates seen? Very often.
Very often.
Like
Baja plates or whatever.
Baja plates,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the scary part too, is you don't want to get hit by any of those people because also
You don't know.
not to be a douchebag,
No,
they
no.
suck at driving. The driving laws in Mexico are so crazy. Have you seen videos?
Well, I think it also has to do with the fact that like when you're just coming over here all the time and you just don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Let's say you're learn to drive in Mexico. I feel like a lot of people genuinely look at the miles per hour sign and think kilometers per hour, and so that's why they're driving 40 fucking miles per hour on the road instead of 60 miles an hour. It's like, bro, it's not kilometers, it's miles per hour.
Yeah, that
Get
is
it
very
together.
true.
Because on the Olympic, there's so many cars where I'm like, they're going half the speed of the flow of traffic, and people are just like passing them up. It's like, dude, we're all going 55 miles an hour right here.
Yeah.
Why are you going 30? It's not the number you think it is.
Yeah.
You must go faster.
I see a lot of Baja plates dive bombing.
Dive bombing,
Like
like
you're just driving and they like they'll like
It's
catch the exit from middle lane. You're like, what is wrong with you?
because in TJ, that's how you have to get your
Yeah.
spot in lines, and like to get places, you have to just
Yeah.
like put your car where you want it to go. Like watching my mom drive in TJ when we go to the doctor or we get groceries or something,
Oh
like
hell no.
or do whatever things that we needed to do. I'd go to the tutor in Mexico also. Dude, driving there was like complete chaos. Like
I would have to-
the lines on the road don't matter. Like it doesn't fucking matter. Like you can go like literally anywhere you want. Like it's just mostly chaos. Like the lines are merely suggestions.
I would have to put on headphones and then like an Apple Vision Pro to like not freak out.
Yeah, no, watching my mom drive in TJ, like, dude,
Hell no, bro.
that opened my eyes to like the chaos of vehicles on a road where like people just don't give a fuck.
And I think that's why it's like low key kind of like obviously in our area, like they're not good drivers. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I get hate for that, I get hate for that.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
there's a lot of bad drivers in our area.
But like, it's one of those things where like insurances is a crazy thing. Like, because you could get hit by someone without insurance, and then your insurance goes, well, it's their fault, and then it's like, well, they don't have insurance, so the insurance goes, well,
You're still paying for it.
good luck, bud.
Yeah,
You're
good
like,
luck.
what the hell?
It's like fucking fuck, dude. Like I'm doing the right thing by having insurance and like paying this
Yeah.
and having to deal with it, and now you didn't just fuck me over by not having insurance, but you fucked me over again because since you don't have insurance, now it's like nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty funny when you think about it.
Yeah. That's just...
Yeah.
But yeah, no, dude. I don't know. That's another thing. Like, I do want a new car, but also the thought of like a monthly payment
Right.
is
And
also
I
kind of
mean,
just like, bleh.
after those 5 months of like riding the high of getting that new vehicle, now
Yeah.
you're just like, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm making so much payments. Ah.
Yeah, but I mean, also that's like the way of life. Like eventually,
Yeah, it's just a way of life.
you're gonna have to make it regardless in any
Yeah.
way part of life, where it's like a mortgage or car payments or X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
But also that's why I'm like, all right, when I get the newer car, whether it be off the lot or used, I don't give a fuck,
Mm-hmm.
as long as it's better than what I have.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm gonna try to like pay that off as much as I can in the first year, just so I don't have to like string it over years,
Yeah.
just to go back to having no car payment.
Dude, it's when I think about making car payments, I genuinely don't know how to feel because I've never had to make all the cars I've had have been paid off.
Yeah, well,
Like-
because they were also like older cars.
Because
too.
they're also older cars, and so like that's the reason why I did it that
Yeah.
way. So my dad was explaining to me, he said, yeah, I mean, having a car is all fun and nice, and like it is, a responsibility that you have to take care of. But the problem with new cars, it's like the rate on it when you're paying it off, like
Yeah.
it can get to be a lot if you don't know what you're doing.
Mhm.
If you don't know how to get a right deal, then you're gonna get screwed over.
Yeah.
And eventually that's gonna, like, let's say you paying it off for the credit or whatever, and you fuck yourself over and like
Yeah.
whatever. Like
Yeah. If you're dumb, you could literally
it's very easy
wreck
to
your
ruin
credit
yourself.
score.
Yes.
on a car.
Yeah, it's
And
very easy.
the sad thing is finances aren't taught in any schools
No.
growing up, which is completely ridiculous.
Like think of those.
but we're learning cursive and fucking math with letters in it. Like, sure, go learn all that shit if your career's gonna need it.
Yeah, but algebra is needed no matter what.
Do you use algebra at your job?
Yeah, I do math equations at work.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
For the drawer
Yeah.
when I be counting and shit.
Yeah, that's just counting, not fucking algebra.
Algebra is like adding numbers together and stuff.
Yeah, with letters and shit.
Basic algebra.
Yeah.
I mean, learning math is fun. I like math.
Yeah. You also like books, Dork.
I do. You don't like books.
Dude, Dune is such a good book. I'm just kidding.
Bruh.
I'm just kidding.
No. It's funny. It's funny because you genuinely don't like fucking Dune, and it makes me laugh because I know how good it is.
I'm a fucking hater for sure.
I know how good it is, and I'm like, it's fine. If you don't want to experience it and have the joy of seeing the rat boy on the screen.
Oh, I'm gonna go see Dune 2. It's out right now, right?
Yeah, we should go see it.
I'm down.
You want to go with me?
Yeah. I already told you I was like 6
Do
months
you
ago
work
and I was hating on it.
Do you work on Friday?
I do.
Yeah, you do.
Do
huh?
you work Wednesday?
Yeah, I do.
What time?
Fuck, I work at 4:30. We can go earlier in the day if you want.
Here, you tell me about. Or you finish your story or hate on me about me hating Dune?
Yeah, so
I'll
Jaden
look
doesn't.
up Wednesday showings. Right
Jaden
now.
doesn't like Dune, and the book is so damn good.
It was
And Jaden's just
boring
like
as shit.
fuck Sand, fuck Zendaya, fuck Timothy the Rat Man Chalamet, fuck all those
Is that
motherfuckers.
is that how you say his name?
Yes,
That's not Charlemagne.
dude, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? You're so fucking stupid.
Dude, that little kid's an industry plant. He came out of nowhere.
Industry plan. I don't know. I think he just. I think he did all the right rituals at the right time, and they just boosted him.
No,
Imagine.
for sure. The first showing of Dune. Of course, this is what they do when like a big movie comes out. They don't put any like early day showings.
Oh,
The first,
they want to do it all at night.
yeah, just so they can buff their numbers in, so they don't get like a discounted price.
Oh, right.
Like,
The matinees during the day.
yeah, those are the shit. So yeah, first showing is 2 p.m. Thursday? Do you work Thursday?
Yeah, I have a haircut at noon too.
Oh, you bitch. I should get a haircut too, though. I'm fucking lacking on that.
You need to grow your hair down to your shoulders, bruh.
No, sir.
Yes, sir. You can have the Jesus cut.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen, little lady. Ooh, what about Sunday? Do you work Sunday?
Yeah.
What time do you work Sunday?
4:30.
p.m.?
Mm-hmm.
That would be a dumb question. 4:30 a.m. Imagine pulling up to a restaurant.
Fuck.
So, you want some halibut?
It's like you want the yellowtail comma.
Yeah. All right, well,
I'll have 12 commas
there's one at 11:30 a.m. for Dune Sunday.
on Sunday.
How long is the movie?
2 hours.
So
2.5 hours maybe.
we would get out at 2.
And then I'd have to go home, nap, shower, and get to work at 4:30, which is totally possible.
It's doable.
Yeah.
How long do you nap for?
45 minutes or an hour.
Do you ever just fuck it up and wake up like 3 hours later?
No.
Really?
My body's pretty good about waking up after hour-long naps.
Do you set alarms?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a risky. See, that's why I can't nap. One, normally I don't feel better after a nap unless it was like really crazy,
Yeah.
or like one I scuff it, wake up at 8 p.m. in time to play Apex with you.
Mm-hmm.
We play Apex till like 1 a.m. and then I'm up till like 3
Yeah.
afterwards. Just like
Yeah. No, well, the thing is, I've already practiced it so many times that the nap doesn't affect me like that.
okay, I'm gonna screenshot the Dune Part 2 showing.
Okay.
11:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We'll screenshot it when we'll see how we feel around
Yeah.
close to the day.
We'll talk about it when the day comes.
Yeah.
When the days on the way.
I want the Dune. I want the bucket.
You want the bucket? You're so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big gear for sand.
What is it? It's like a fucking worm, and you stick your hand through the little.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's the sandworm.
I'm gonna need 3 of them.
The sandworm. I wish I had a sandworm.
Hell no, bro.
That'd be so funny. I'd be riding one and people would be like, Lisan Al Gaib. And I'll be like,
I saw that
"Fuck
on a
yeah."
tweet. What does that mean?
It means like I wanna look up the actual like meaning of it here. So let's because I don't want to say something that it means something and then I'm just like the listeners are like, Emmy, you're fucking stupid.
There's another
Lisan
saying that we find interesting
Al
that sounds the
Gaib.
same, but I don't want to say it.
Um Lisan al Gaib, the Fremen term for an off-world prophet or messiah. It is the voice from the outer world and is outlined in Fremen messianic legends heavily influenced by the Bene Gesserit's Missionaria Protectiva and also translated as giver of water.
Well, I'll give you some water.
I'll give them my water. But yeah, that's so
How do you say it again?
Lisan al Gaib.
Lisan al Gaib.
Mm-hmm. Or the Kwisatz Haderach. Yeah, it's the same thing.
How do we feel about Star Wars? Quite 90% possibly being ripped off from Dune. As a massive Star Wars fan, I don't want to believe it, but I think Star Wars is a little better. But still,
I mean, it's
it's no
here's the
secret.
thing. Star Wars has that classic, oppressive empire wants to take over, and there's good forces and bad forces at play. It's like your classic space opera. You know what I mean? In the regard, it's like almost like a drama. Because you have like a love story and there's action and then there's like a father
Family
son
turmoil.
family turmoil. So it's definitely like space opera.
Yeah.
So that you get that thing there, and it's like your classic, type of story like format. I think with Dune, a lot of the concepts, okay, you could say that they were borrowed or taken, even if you're one of those from the taken and then brought to Star Wars, whatever. I can see that. The only thing is that I think Dune came before Star Wars,
Yeah, it did.
and Dune was one of those like first, truly space narratives that were like not just like flying in a spaceship or whatever. Like this was like a big space geopolitical type,
Yeah.
story. Like it's not just this guy has special powers and then he like becomes king and like that's it. Like,
Yeah.
it's like
From rags to like riches, essentially.
from rags to riches. This is basically like, it has to do with betrayal, family stuff, but
Governments.
there's also a lot of like philosophical themes in it and a lot of broader concepts in the sense that like this character his arc is so long, so basically like in order to save humanity, like the Bene Gesserit, which are like witches, they did a eugenics program for like hundreds if not thousands of years to get a perfect human being that would evolve in order to save humanity. So like the spice that they're all addicted to, that's what they use to survive. That's what they use for space travel. They need that for everything. Without spice, everyone dies because the whole system is addicted to it. Like at that point,
Really? It's like wait, hold on. The whole system's addicted to that drug?
to spice, yeah, it's used as recreational drugs. It's used for
Yeah.
traveling through the stars. People use it to navigate, their spaceships or whatever. Like the space guild or whatever, they control space travel. They have these powerful beings that can help travel through space so that you don't hit shit on the way there and like run into stuff. They find the safest path and they use spice to like activate their brains to be like in tune with the universe or whatever. So it's a
Yeah.
very powerful substance. And basically this character who's the Kwisatz Haderach, the Lisan Al Gaib, who's supposed to save everybody.
Rat
Um,
Boy.
yeah, the rat boy. Basically, he's supposed to turn from they made up the human who is able to transform from human into God
Mm-hmm.
by the use of the spice, and
So
therefore starting a new empire
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
cycle that doesn't have to rely on the spice. He's basically taking the mantle of responsibility on himself and becoming a creature that's so above humans that, people need a god to look after, to either hate or love, in order for them to like live their daily lives. They
Yeah.
they need something that's greater than them, that's like working on the all-encompassing picture so that they can just live their lives as humans. And so that character, the rat boy, Timmy, whatever, that's what the character
Timmy
is supposed to
Charlemagne the
do. He's
God.
supposed to evolve into this god that takes on that mantle of responsibility. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of like big themes
So what?
and other things
To pull it
involved in
back to
that.
Star Wars, like
Yeah, pull it back.
I don't even think they're really even on the same spectrum, other than the
I
fact
don't
that
think
they're
so
like on
either.
space.
Yeah,
That
that's
they're in
the
space.
one thing that they share, is that it takes place,
Because to
in that
me, Dune
environment.
is more not realistic, but just like how do you say it? Just very serious toned the whole
Because
time.
it's more like cerebral and fantasy. It's
Yeah,
it's it's really for those people that love that, like, almost boring detail and like,
yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean, that type of fantasy novel
Have
or
you seen the
story.
original
I haven't
Dune?
seen the originals, but I've seen a lot of clips from the original, and like I know there's been.
They're surfacing now, obviously, because the new one's
Right,
coming out.
exactly. And I've seen like how it's evolved over time, but I think just on the story itself alone, there's no way that you can say, "Oh, they took that from Star Wars," or "Star Wars took
Yeah.
this from that," or whatever. It's like they're two completely separate things. There's no way.
Why do you think that Star Wars is more popular than Dune,
Mm,
and will probably always
I
be more
think I
popular
think
than Dune?
because Dune had more tough to chew through, like, um themes and topics. Not saying that Star Wars was like watered down or anything, because I think those stories are very valuable
Hmm.
and very like unique, and it's like that's the household story, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the Star Wars stories were so good that people have obsessed about it since they were released, you know what I
yeah.
mean? That's a testament to how good the Star Wars stories are, but those are just like that's like a
It's like when you see all these movies that are being like offered up for like Oscars and shit, and you're like,
mhm,
that movie sucked, or who's watching any of these?
right.
You know?
It's like
I
that
think it's
Star
one
Wars
of
was
those type of
actual
shits.
story that was very genuine in its creation and very humble in its creation. I think people just gravitate towards something that's like one
And
one
let's be real, it's
easier
more
to consume,
entertaining.
and one it just looks cool.
Yeah.
It's just the style was so
People fighting with
unique.
laser swords? Oh, hey, I'm in there,
That's
dog.
what I'm saying. And so Dune doesn't have laser swords. Dune doesn't have awesome dogfights in space. Dune doesn't have any of that like super crazy shit that Star Wars has.
Yeah,
That's why they're different.
very
And
true.
I like Star Wars because you get to really see the lives of each sector and how different the aliens are, and like
Yeah,
how
I
the
like that too.
economies work together, and how each story actually has something to do with all the other ones. And so like I think that's why I like Star Wars, is because you see little pockets of all these stories, but then you start zooming out and realizing, oh wait, every single one of those has to do with each other,
Yeah.
because they're all part of this big ass story. And now we're all getting somewhere with these with every single one of these characters. So there's so many new things that you could see in the Star Wars universe as separate things, and then put them together to see the bigger picture. That's what I like about Star Wars. There's
Yeah.
just so much information out there. Whereas Dune, it's very limited. It's like, this is the info you have. That's it.
Yeah, you're only looking through this little window, and whatever the
Exactly.
window shows you is what
And
you
and
get.
that's what the author wanted, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't fuck with that, which I totally understand. It's just a different style of story.
Honestly, like I hope, like obviously, like I've said, like I'm a hater of the movie. I thought it was boring as shit, and like I sat there and watched it, and I was like, all right, well, like I'll be honest with you, like I said, I thought the Napoleon movie was more interesting,
Mm-hmm.
and that movie was just him and homegirl being fucking douchebags to each other, but then loving each other for some reason, but really hating each other,
Yeah.
and him fucking off sometimes when he would go to war and get a bunch of Frenchmen killed.
Yeah.
Cool story, and obviously it was likable because it's Joaquin Phoenix. Like, who doesn't like watching Joaquin Phoenix? Like,
Yeah, he's a great actor.
or what's the other way they pronounce his name? I don't know. Great actor, amazing actor. It's fun to watch. Great. But even then, like some of these movies, I'm like, dude, even that was better than this. Like, honestly,
It's just not for everybody, dude.
I even sat there and watched Oppenheimer. I think Oppenheimer was ass. Once I sat there and let it digest a bit. Sure, it was interesting to see all the things. Like, we're arms race with the world, oh, this so and so figured out how to split the atom.
Yeah.
Let's do that to blow this shit up, and they did, and then he's like, oh no, you guys used the bomb and killed so many people. Oh no.
Yeah, I
Like,
think.
dude, what have you been working on for the past 5 years, asshole?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that again, and I was thinking, for that guy who made that stuff, yeah, he. I don't know. I'm trying to like put myself in that guy's shoes. I think it's like you have the resources to make something like as a scientist, you see something in your that's amazing, like creating the first bomb or like finding out, how to release the energy from an atom or whatever type of process they had to figure out, right?
Yeah.
Like as a scientist, when you're chasing after the dragon and like creating something that's like gonna change the world,
Yeah.
that feeling of like the dopamine you must get from being on that edge of like I'm making something that could be sick, and then realizing the horror of what you've made afterwards,
It's like the
and
first
then
5 months
feeling
after you buy a car.
and then feeling guilt. Dude, it's exactly like fucking buying a car.
There's no way that callback just fit in.
Bro,
Let's go.
you just get that instant regret after the dopamine washes away, and you're like, "Fuck my fucking life! Why did I do this?"
Yeah.
But I can understand.
I mean, it's not like his life really changes. All he did was sleep with other people's wives and cheat on his, right? I'm assuming
but
he
you
had.
have but you have
I'm
to put
assuming he had
yourself.
more clout after that too. You know what I mean?
No. But you have to think about like, you have to think of how like. Imagine you created something like you're genuinely excited to make this thing, and then you realize that thing is just gonna murder millions of people.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, "Fuck, this sucks. Why did I make this? Why did I even do this? This is fucking what the, like."
Yeah, but I felt like for scientists and like say it's their specific thing, they get obsessed with making whatever X, Y, or Z is, whether it may ruin the world, whether it's giving fucking robots the ability to use machine guns way accurate, whether it's X, Y, or Z, it's always gonna like cause some type of downfall.
Yeah.
And like, I guess my take on it is like, to me, looking at it from like a widescreen view, I don't have any blood on my hands, so I could see why he would be like, about it,
Yeah.
But also, it's like you knew what you were doing.
At that point,
and the
yeah.
thing is, it's like Japan was never gonna give up till we pulled up on their shores.
They said we either die or we win.
Yeah. So it was like more Americans are gonna die, more Japanese are gonna die. I guess like it would be easy for the president to be like, "You just drop it on them. We have it. Let's use it." We warned them. They said
At that point,
they
it's
said-
like you
they
have
said,
to.
"Suck my dick, boy."
At
You
that
know? And I
point,
was
yeah,
like,
it's like
"All right,
you,
well,
you have
we-
to
we-
you have
we
to
gotta,
whip it out.
Yeah, and it's like that South Park episode. He goes, "Suck my balls." She goes, "Okay, whip him out." And he goes, and he sits back down.
Yeah.
Fuck.
She called his bluff.
Yeah. It was just like, well, I mean, it's fucked up, but like that happened, innocents died. That sucks, like. And then we said, "Can you guys like end the war?"
And they did.
And they didn't. And then
Oh,
you drop
right.
a second one.
And then they're
And
like,
then they
okay,
go,
okay.
Ah, you made your point.
Okay. We got it. Nah, you got me.
But yeah, no, I'm super open to Dune being good. Dune 2. Let's be real. In the last 5 years, has there been good movies come out where like you sat there and was like, "Damn, that was a good movie"?
Dune 1.
Yeah, anything besides that boring ass script of a movie? Like, if you really think about it, all we've been getting is fucking superhero movies. And I stopped watching those like 7 years
I
ago.
think that's the one thing that like ruined movies for me the last decade was the oversaturation of superhero films.
For me, it was all good until the last Avengers.
Until Endgame, yeah.
Even then, it got a little iffy at the end. I was skipping movies because I just didn't give a fuck about these side characters. But Endgame, boom. If you guys all ended there, Marvel still has a good standing with the world.
Yeah, I think what you said a while back when we were talking about this, you said how a lot of these movies, like, they're trying to make the side characters the same as the main characters by, like, milking the side characters and pumping out, hella content for the side characters. And it's like, okay, I guess it's cool, like, if you're a fan of that particular character, like, I get why you could be hyped about something like that, but when you start dropping, like, content after content after content, it's just, like, characters that really aren't that important, it makes me care less.
Yeah, no, for sure.
About even the main superheroes. Like, like even with, Iron Man or...
Iron Man's dead. That's the only character I cared about since the first to the beginning.
And I'm not going to care
Iron
about
Man was
any
my
other
favorite,
ones.
you know?
Yeah, I'm not going to care about any other superheroes.
Now, if you're dropping Guardians of the Galaxy movies, I'm going to watch all of those. Because in my opinion, those are the best series of Marvel movies within the whole universe.
Mm-hmm. I like Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Guardians of the Galaxy is good. The playlist is good. It's a little more like gritty. It's a little less like kid saturated, but still having a good enough charm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Iron Man movies were good. They got worse as they went on, but it was still good enough to be like, we're still got witty ass Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
It's great.
Right. He
played his role
carried that
Yeah.
the whole series on his back for
And like
sure.
when we're talking side characters, I'm not talking the side character. Nobody wants to see that shit.
No, but
To
like
me,
the
a side
B
character is gonna
heroes.
be like Star-Lord. He's like not. He's like, I guess he's in the main circle, but he's not the main three, which is what Iron Man, Thor, and the Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk, I'd say, and then maybe like Captain America.
Oh yeah, Captain. I forgot about him. See, like their side stories, cool. We're okay with that. I thought the Thor ones were good, except a few of the last ones.
The most recent Thor one was like, ugh.
ass.
Yeah,
Ass. They made him
but I
into a
get what you
stepdad
mean.
for
Like,
no reason. Like what?
aside from those top superheroes, like even Batman is always going to be dope because Batman's awesome. But like Superman movies or like Green Lantern movies or
Yeah.
The Flash, like dude,
who
it
gives
makes
a
me
fuck?
it makes me so mad. Like people just continuously be like, they're gonna eat up that same exact garbage over and over again.
Comic, but it didn't happen in the movie. Nobody cares, dude.
Yeah,
They're selling these to be profitable to the public, not the dorks.
right.
Like, sorry, but like
It's like it's the most obvious, lamest cash grab ever, and
Yeah.
you're falling for it, and
And
it's so lame.
that's what the Star Wars universe is turning into as well.
That
And it
now
sucks.
now it is. Yeah,
It sucks.
Yeah,
Like Ahsoka was all right if you really think about the timeline. Not bad at some points, Shin Batty. Yeah, we're all fans.
hey, we're all fans.
We're all fans.
Sure,
Bo-Katan, we're all fans.
we're all fans.
We're all
We're all
fans.
fans.
The new girl, not a fan.
No,
Not a fan.
I don't know about that.
We're not fans. We're not.
I don't know.
fans.
I don't know about if I'm a fan of that.
But like, I don't know. I think like side characters, they mean like almost in the immediate circle. We
It's
don't
like-
care about some off random character that they're
Uh-huh.
gonna drop in a series.
Well, the thing is, like, side characters are side characters for a reason.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be the main focus all the time.
Yeah.
They're supposed to just be supporting characters. It's not like we don't really need to know their whole origin story. We don't
Yeah.
need to have 4 movies on their come up to be just a side superhero. Like,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Like Ant-Man movies.
Like,
They
if
were
I
funny
really-
because they're good, and Paul Rudd is a likable actor.
Sure.
But no one went and said like that was a good story. They're the X, Y, or Z.
Yeah, like
I was
needed
entertained
this.
for the bit, but I'm not leaving with something.
No one needed this. It was just nice to have
Yeah.
for some people. It's like if I was really into superheroes and I wanted to know more, I would just read the comics like
Yeah.
like a normal person.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't need I just don't get it, man.
Yeah.
It's just too in your face. It's just too everywhere. It's like I just don't there's like 5 Flash movies, there's like 3 Flash shows, there's like 20 Daredevil shows. It's like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are
No
these
one
people?
gives a fuck.
It's like who are these people?
Yeah. But to wrap it around, I do want Dune to be good.
Yeah.
Dune 2. I can't like. There's been such rare times where you sit down in a movie and genuinely have a good time.
Right, and
Like,
you walk
Oppenheimer
out
was
like
all right.
whoa.
I was sitting there. I mean, I enjoyed seeing Asteroid City with you.
Oh, Asteroid City was
Obviously, it's a peculiar movie because it's who's the director?
good. What's his name? The guy who made Grand Budapest Hotel. I don't remember what his fucking name
I
is.
have it right here.
It's the
Hold on.
weird guy. Anderson?
Yeah, Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson, yeah.
Like I already knew what we were going into. I enjoyed that movie. It was peculiar. It was weird. I like the color palette. It was nice to see. Like it's in the desert, but everything looks so nice.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Like I remember seeing the first Hangover in theaters. Hangover #1.
Oh, yeah.
And just hearing the theater just die of laughter. It was great.
Like the entire time.
Like people were genuinely enjoying themselves.
Right. The other one,
Obviously, comedies like that can never be made because everyone's a bunch of bitches now.
you can only make those movies once.
Yeah.
And like Superbad was one of those movies where everyone in the theater had a great
Yes,
time.
everybody had a great time.
Oh man, it was so. Project X was another one that everyone in the theater had a good time
Yeah, yeah.
watching. Like
Even though it's kind of an ass movie, but it's just funny because of the era that it came out.
it's
was
ass looking back at it because of like what type of movie it is and
Yes.
how it was made. But at the time when it came out, it was
Yeah.
perfect for like the moment
Good. Yes, it was.
because it had never been done before.
Because it was also still like that era. Like obviously Instagram and social media and everything was still a thing, but it wasn't as big as it was now. Where people
yeah.
are just obsessed with it. Like
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Just some movies come out at the right time and they're just so good.
That's what
like
I mean.
obviously I want this movie to be good.
Like
'cause it's
Batman Begins,
yeah.
perfect,
Yeah.
so good.
And then what is it, the one with the Joker? Like and that's another movie. And that movie came out in 2008.
Yeah,
But
it's-
like it was just so good that everybody liked it, It wasn't one of those things where like everyone's like, "Oh, X, Y, or Z.
right.
Maybe this, maybe that." but it's like genuinely like
You
where
just don't
like
get those movies anymore.
society as a whole goes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously I want that. Although I have to watch Little Rat Boy do it the whole time.
It's
but
just
whatever.
hard now because it's like the people who make these films, they're not doing it just to make a good movie anymore. They're
Yeah.
like just doing it because they see the dollar signs.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, this will make money for us. Like,
Or their boss is riding their ass too, just for the dollar signs.
it's like, we need to make more money. Let's pump out more of these garbage films. And then the board of directors like, why are we making more money?
Yeah.
Because movies fucking suck.
Although I'm happy that Disney is reporting like losses now.
Good. Yeah, I hope that they fucking struggle and suffer because of their bad decisions.
Yeah.
That they should face the consequences of their bad decisions.
Yeah. I'm excited
Until
for
they
that.
start making good decisions, and then they realize that fuck, we need to start making better decisions.
Yeah.
Unless they realize that, it's not gonna change. It's gonna continuously get worse and worse.
You know, the new season of The Bad Batch came out.
It's pretty good.
I've watched the first 2 episodes because I know they dropped the first 3. I'm sure they've dropped the 4th by now.
Yeah, the 4th one's already out.
I was sitting there watching it. I'm like, why do I give a fuck about spending time in a jail cell with a character I don't really care for? I stopped watching it.
Nah.
I like The Bad Batch. I like the characters. I'm emotionally invested in the clones, not Omega herself or Omega. I don't really care. Because it's like, obviously, she's going to be the overarching big savior or something or whatever it's going to be. And I'm like, why are they giving us so much filler? Like, obviously, it's Disney and they're just trying to, like, keep everybody's...
But that's it's not filler. It's part of the story.
Yeah, I don't need to spend, like, 87 days in a jail cell with her, though.
But but it's leading up to something. Like, it
Yeah,
has
it
a
does.
reason.
It's going... Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't. It's fucking boring, though.
That's
Like, I'm
just
going
how
to watch it eventually,
That's
but,
just
like...
how the story goes. You can't have shooting and, like, action and, like, exciting shit all the damn time.
Yeah,
like,
I know you
have
can't,
to have
but also,
episodes
like,
where
you have to have something, though. Like, I get it that she spends time. Like, we could just do, like, the elapsed time thing.
Yeah, but you didn't learn anything from, like, her time being in prison, like,
They could
why
have
she was
summed it
there.
up in, like, a quarter of an episode.
Ah,
I just feel like, I get it that you're, like, the intellectual type. You're like, no, I need to watch the water continuously drip from the fucking sink
yeah.
every time she's sitting there and her stupid little doll that she has.
You need to, like, You need to, like, see all the
And
important
it's just
things.
like, dude, okay, like, she saved this little dog thing that fucking girl runs it out,
Maybe-
like, whatever. It's like, oh my god, like, I don't know. I'm just not invested in the story where I just stopped giving a fuck.
Maybe you should just wait till the season ends and then you just watch somebody talk about it for 30 minutes and then
A
that's
recap?
it. Yeah,
I might just do that.
might as well just do
'Cause
that.
I just stopped caring. I don't know. I just feel like they need to get going with the story. Also, you know what I don't like? Their new armor look. It looks gay.
Like
Okay,
the
we'll bleep that out. But like, it just looks like shit. Like the weird browns and partial teals.
oh yeah, the
yes,
way
I get it. They can't rep the Empire anymore, but I just think the choices that they're making with their aesthetic is just not good looking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think after 2 really good seasons, it's like, how many good seasons in a row can you
That's what I'm
pump
saying.
out? You know what I mean?
Now, the first 2 seasons when we had those boring episodes, we were getting biddies of lore.
Which was nice.
Where I'm like, okay, now I like this episode. If you give it to like, I don't know, Star Wars Theory, this is filler. Her sitting in the jail cell. It's filler.
Yeah.
There's some biddies in there, but it's filler. Now, was the episode where they got the clones, the little young clones, and like they fucking killed that beast with the vines?
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
That to me, that's like really freaky in the fact that like in the regular Star Wars movies, you didn't see that the Empire was dealing with like making plant species or making weird things or really dark shit. You know what I mean? Kind of like Germany when they were making.
Oh,
doing
yeah.
these
They're
messed up
experimenting with weird
people.
stuff.
Yeah, trying to do anything weird. You know,
Mhm.
that was interesting to me. I'm like, damn, the Empire really made that massive plant animal and then abandoned the whole planet. You know,
Yeah.
like fuck it.
Like they
Really-
realized it was going to eat everyone and they fucked off the whole planet and they're like, fuck
And
it.
they blasted the planet and somehow that thing survives.
Mhm.
Like that was interesting to me. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, if you really think about that, like the Empire's doing super dark shit, you know, where
Yeah.
it's like genetic engineering, making abominations.
Abominations, yeah.
Yeah, which I thought that was interesting in the end. But like, some of these episodes, I'm just sitting here watching her. just
Damn.
like,
Episode 3 was cool because you see Palpatine.
do you really?
Mhm.
Sick.
That's the only thing I'll say about it. If you decide to go back and continue watching the
I
episodes.
mean, I will, but it's never on my like. I'd
not-
rather watch photography YouTube.
It's not
videos.
something you should wait for it to come out. It's just like whenever you have the time to
Yeah.
to remember to watch it, it's all right.
Yeah, I'm very invested in the clones themselves because obviously you see them in the end of the Clone Wars series. You see a glimpse of them. First, I didn't really care for the characters, and then I'm like, okay, I like these ones. And then obviously the one dies last season, and you're like,
Fuck. Tick.
No fucking way, dude. I
Tick.
was upset. I ain't gonna lie.
Omega.
Yeah. Also, why does she have an Australian accent?
It's a New Zealand accent.
Is it?
It's
Isn't New
it's
Zealand?
more New Zealand, yeah,
Isn't New
than
Zealand
it
off
is
the coast of
Australian.
Australia?
Australian.
I hear
Oi,
it's
mate.
beautiful though. Yeah. Oi.
You know that's like Aussie, you know, but like they have they had the softer. How do you say it? I can't
Yeah, New
remember
Zealand.
exactly.
New Zealand is like less like crude. Like okay, so
It's left
it's
rough
New
around the
Zealand
edges.
seems like just like Aussie, not Aussie, like not hillbilly, but like Aussie.
Like the
land
posh,
person.
like the posh version, like the rich people of Australia. I don't know, I'm not the rich people. That's the wrong way to put it, but like, I feel like the way the accent in New Zealand sounds, it's a lot softer
Yeah.
than the sharpness of the Australian
Yes.
accent.
Whereas like the Australian is probably the party guy, and then the New Zealand is probably like the nice
The nice chill one.
chill guy.
Yeah.
Like a button up.
But like, yeah, it's a little soft. I'm pretty sure it's more New Zealand than
Honestly,
Australian.
all the Australians or the couple Australians that I met over when I was in Europe, like they were honestly always the coolest people because they're low key kind of like close to being Americans, but a little more like wild
Yeah,
in a sense. Like I don't know.
they're like Europe's Americans,
It's kind of funny because like they're always
except
doing
they're not
something-
in Europe. They're in the ocean, like
Yeah.
Southeast Ocean.
I saw my first shoey in real life. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, these people are insane.
This girl, she had sandals, and she's more of like the earthy type.
Mm-hmm.
And she's cool. I still have her on Instagram. We talk every once in a while. We were in Italy, and she takes her sandal, and pours it, and like does the shoey. Like obviously, usually they pour it in shoes, but she only had a sandal.
So
and
it's
I was
like bounce, like running off the back of the sandal.
yeah. Like,
Jesus,
I was like, whoa,
that's crazy.
it was
dude.
at dinner too. I was like, okay, let's go.
They know how to party.
It's so funny. But yes, that is funny. That it is a New Zealand accent.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get it. I'll fucking watch it because I'm invested. But also, it's like
Rika.
some of the some of this shit. I'm like, all right, bro, let's get going.
No, I every time that like she says something, it's like, betcha,
Yeah.
Rika.
It's
The,
like,
the
why
way
is she
the way
New
they
Zealand?
say it, I don't know. It's just like it always makes me giggle and laugh because I'm like, huh. You know, it's like all the clones have an accent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it just it just
Oh
makes
yeah,
me
I
laugh.
guess they do, huh? Even what is the main one? What's his name?
Which one?
The head guy. The guy that looks like
Hunter.
Is it Hunter?
Hunter.
Yeah. Even Hunter kind of has an accent, doesn't he?
Yeah. They all do.
They all do, right?
Yeah.
That's funny. I've seen memes where it's like, the guy that actually plays like Boba Fett in the movies.
Oh yeah.
I forgot his name for right now.
I don't remember the actual actor's name. Yeah.
But they put like long blonde hair on him, but it's like crudely like photoshopped on. It's
Oh
like
my God.
Omega when she's 50, it's just like
It's just straight up like man
it's
looking.
literally a man with just a wig. And I'm like, that's what she looks like since they all share DNA.
Yeah. No, she has her character's interesting. Her blood is very, very powerful.
Yeah, that's why the
The-
Nala burned it in the little fucking
Yeah, the M count.
yeah.
Well, because the show is alluding to the fact that they want to make clones that are
Force sensitive.
but that's actually not true. I think the real reason Project Necromancer means coming back from the dead. I think
it's Palpatine's trying
wants
to
to
find
come
a
back
new
from
body.
he's trying to find a new body so that he can resurrect himself and still have his force powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he wants. Obviously,
That's the other detail
that's
underneath.
the shitty thing we learned about 789. I don't look at those as canon. I don't think anyone does, unless you're a dork. That's his whole thing, that he wanted to come back in a younger body with like a usable
Like with
with enough power to use the force, because obviously he's so powerful that he doesn't even need to use lightsabers and shit like that, which that's impossible almost, so obviously he that's what the Mando show is about too, making clones,
right.
but obviously Gideon was cloning himself before they were able to perfect it with Homeboy.
Exactly. Yeah.
And obviously they might get closer, but they fucking obviously lose.
They obviously still lose, but like that's the reason why
Yeah.
that they're trying to get her blood, or at least find a clone who has the blood that's able to transfer the M count.
Yeah.
And
that's obviously the whole why they wanted Grogu's blood as well.
Mhm,
They
yeah.
wanted to fucking it's all the same story now.
yeah, and it's all going to the same place, and you already know Disney's gonna do some stupid, cop out to get the story to work a certain way, and it's gonna ruin even more things, and it's just like, all right, man,
Yeah.
like y'all are fucking running it to the ground, but
Although I am interested to see if Tech lives from that fall. or whatever.
The way that he died, they never showed the body.
Yeah,
They never showed the body.
I don't think he's dead. I think he's
Yeah,
just
I don't
fucked
know.
up.
I think
Or
he's
they-
just fucked up and then trying to find his way back. And I
Yeah.
think at the very end, they'll find him like fucked up, but they'll find him again.
And I think Crosshair's gonna do something like mega awesome, save the whole crew, but he dies because he's been a dick the whole time.
I bet. Yeah. Watch him sacrifice himself for the
Yeah.
good of the crew, and then they're gonna forgive him for.
Or I don't think they'll forgive him. I think he'll do something wicked and like get killed in the process to save.
They'll put some respect on his name after.
I hope Wrecker doesn't die though.
Yeah. No, don't say that.
You know me. I like the
Yeah.
big burly guys that are always like being the
the
guy.
the kind of dumb one, but the really funny one.
Yeah, or like
the
the
nice
super
guys.
strong ones.
Right.
Or like, the heavy guns kind of guy. I mean, you know me. Hey, I prefer the flatline over the 301, that type of shit.
Right.
So I do like those type of characters. And I think his armor's the coolest with like the neck protector plus like the helmet.
And he's got the mask. Well, not the mask, but he's like drawn on it to make it look like a. Yeah.
So I do like that. And I would say the animation's getting so much better.
Oh yeah.
Off that, it looks like clay style almost, but like, because if you watch like any of the first episodes of like
the Clone Wars,
you're like, whoa.
It's they definitely improved it over time, which I'm very happy about because a lot of shows that would have just kept it the same, and it wouldn't have been as awesome. I don't think.
Like if I'm gonna be real, when I was a kid, I didn't like the Samurai Jack style, and I still don't.
Really?
I don't like it. And the one that they did the Star Wars or the adaptation of
the Gendy style, dude,
I don't like it at all.
It's so good.
Never liked it as a child.
Oh,
even when
fuck.
I was a little kid and people were talking about Samurai Jack back in the day, maybe I'd reorigin it and watch it and be like, okay, I like the story, but I just never liked the art style.
Dude.
But that's why I'm glad I never liked the Clone Wars style, but I'm glad they've improved it over time.
Yeah.
And now I'm accustomed to it,
I still think about that Clone Wars movie in the Gendy style because I genuinely love. I am a fan of that style of art, and so seeing that Clone Wars movie like makes me really happy because that scene when they're in the city and the red clones are just fucking everything up.
Yeah.
That part goes so hard to me. That's what solidified it as like fucking awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
But I can see why you don't like the style. Is very weird. It's very off-putting.
Yeah.
So I can understand why you may not like it.
I'm just not a fan just because the way like the arches always are, or like it almost looks like it's always shot in a wide angle lens. So you get the bowing, right?
Yeah.
Which I guess artistically, now that I unlocked that right now, I'm like, okay, that is kind of cool. But I just was never a huge fan.
I feel that.
Grievous looks kind of like a menace because they have his face like.
Yeah, a lot of the characters obviously look way different in that style. But I found it because it was so different looking is the reason why I liked it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
I mean, it stands out, right? Like people reference that all the time.
People still use that GIF of the commander like literally one-handing the long blaster and then having the other blaster in his hand, and he's like shooting off fucking droids and then punching them and then picking up his pistols. And they made a same animation, like scene, but with the Helldivers game. And and the dude's fighting off the bugs or the automatons or AIs or whatever, but it's the same movements. They just rigged a 3D model to do the same scene as the clone troopers, so it looks like when I saw the video, I was like, oh, that's from the animated Star Wars film. And then someone posted the clip underneath. It's like, this is where it's from. And it's like, yeah.
My favorite is when Helldivers like announced mechs and everyone's like, oh, cool. And I was like, or like we
can just play Titanfall.
Give Titanfall some love.
But dude, Helldivers looks so sick though.
It does look sick. Don't get me wrong.
Sick as fuck.
I would play it.
Can you imagine like getting a lobby with the mech and then just shooting fucking hella bugs and calling in orbital strikes from the stars? Dude, that'd be so dope.
No, my favorite was like POV when Helldivers gets the update, and it's like literally the Titan rig, and obviously the Titan has like this parts where you can see that you're in the Titan.
Oh yeah.
And then like the front of it's Helldivers, and I'm like, oh, or we could just fucking play Titanfall. And everyone in the comments was like, or we could just play Titanfall, and I was like,
yeah. See.
Yeah. Did you see that they're making a new game in the Titanfall universe?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen it rumor on Twitter.
I have not.
I'm excited for that, I guess. If like we get more, like I don't need Apex Legends lore.
No,
I don't
but like,
give a fuck
but
about
Titanfall universe
but
stuff.
Titanfall, I mean, technically they're all in the universe, but like, let's be real. No one really gives a fuck about any of the characters' stories.
Not really.
In Apex Legends, unless you're like that next level nerd that's like cosplaying.
If that's like your
which
game,
is totally fine.
That's totally
fine. I think it's sick. I would like to photograph people that are doing cosplay. That would be fun one day. But I really don't care who Lifeline's fucking. I don't care that Bloodhound and Fuse
are together. Yeah,
I don't care what Octane's side story is. I just don't care because it takes so long to get. Like, when did we ever finish Pathfinder's story?
I don't even remember.
Something about the boxing.
It just takes so long to update the stories.
Like, why do I care?
Yeah.
But it's like Conduit story is more interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Monarch Titan, that's what I main in Titanfall. I just want something in that universe that doesn't have to do with, like, maybe alludes to sometimes they talk about Titans, or maybe you see something like,
But you
maybe
want
that,
more stories from
yes,
that universe.
I want more stories from that universe because it's a very cool universe.
Yeah.
And, like, can you imagine one of the levels you're walking through or whatever, and it's like, oh, this is where they used to build the Titans, and there's like Titan arms on the floor,
Yeah.
like parts and
You get to
biddies.
see little details about like the process of them being made, or like what had happened to the factory. I don't know. Like there's just so much potential for that universe, because I feel like that world has so many cool stories
Yeah.
in it.
I think it could be a very lore-rich universe that I think EA one is a bunch of greedy bastards and they're fumbling the bag to actually make something worthwhile.
I mean, but that's no surprise.
That's no surprise.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, just anything. Like the technology, obviously the universe is very dominated by Asian language and Asian culture. Whereas like go into any shop in the Apex store or in the maps, it's usually ramen.
Usually ramen.
It's usually Japanese writing, I would assume.
Or something similar to that.
Something similar to that.
Yeah.
I can't tell. I don't know. I just feel like, why is that the main language? That'd be interesting to know. I don't know.
But that universe would be pretty cool, and I feel like Respawn just likes to throw away opportunities.
Yeah.
For the first thing that's easy enough for them to rake in money.
I mean, Titanfall 2 actually had a good story. What happens to BT? What happens to Jack Cooper? What happens to everybody?
We want to know.
We want to know.
What if they make a Titanfall 3 that's actually like really good, and it like ties up the story, at least for that side of the...
But also I think the multiplayer would need to be non-cheesy. Whereas like I feel like every time you get into a Titanfall game, like everybody has the ability to use the same Titan. There's no pay-to-win features. There's no... Anything you buy is aesthetic. Yeah, there's little upgrades here and there.
But you should just get the stuff.
Yeah, rig out your Titan how you like build perks wise.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have my Titan built perfectly to my playstyle.
Yeah.
I think there has to be no pay to win. I feel like they could make a lot of money on skins and aesthetics. Like there's so much money you can make on Titanfall 3, even in the multiplayer. That is very doable.
I'm gonna bring this up again, but a good example that I've seen that's actually kind of works is the Helldivers 2 store. Is you can get anything in the store you want. You can pay regular money to unlock any cosmetics you want, or you can earn the free in-game currency.
Yeah.
And you can get everything in the store with the free in-game currency without having to spend any money. It just takes a while to grind for the currency to get the item that you want, but you can eventually farm enough to get that item without ever having to spend money, which I think is a really cool feature.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you have the option to buy coins if you just don't want to farm and you just want the cosmetic right away. Okay, I get that. That's pretty cool. You can spend your money however you want. But if I also have the option to genuinely get something without having to pay any money and just invest my time in the game, I'm more likely to just play the game to get the item that I want. So, but that's the thing. It's like these AAA games, they're all failing because all the board of directors are like, we don't give a fuck. We just want to make money off of it. What's the sleaziest, easiest way to make money? Loot drops.
Yeah.
Because it's like gambling and people get addicted to it. So they're more likely to spend more. So that's the reason why it's like you can never get a game nowadays that's going to be like, has all the content already there and you can just unlock it as you go along. You're going to have to pay for shit eventually.
Yeah. I feel like there should be, like in Titanfall, there's a certain level of aesthetics you can't get unless you level up, like colors of your Titan, X, Y, and Z, but certain camo ones you can buy, which are whatever. Like, EA, why don't you do it? You can literally have maybe change the gloves on your pilot, the pants, the shin guards. Every little thing. Make your whole pilot customizable. Tattoos, I don't care. Even if you have to buy them. And then next level, I don't know, gun skins, gun charms. We all know those are useful.
Yeah.
People go crazy on Apex for them. And then guess what? Titans, paint jobs.
Imagine if the Titan itself had an heirloom.
Yeah, glow. Fucking designs, maybe
neon colors. There's so many possibilities you can do for customization.
Paint, maybe aesthetic changes where like, I don't know, maybe your fucking Titan, is it like a Texan? Like you have like the bull horns on it?
Yeah, maybe you have a special
cool
helmet where like a transmog armor, let's say, that you can craft.
Which like it gives you no edge, but it just looks
But
cool.
It just looks tight as fuck.
Yeah, and then you're able to actually change your Titan's aesthetic, you know? Like, I don't know, just things like that. It's like,
yeah,
you guys can make so much money from the gloves, arm pieces, maybe you're wearing a plate carrier just to change the aesthetic of your guy.
But like I said, I think that's more work than what the studio bargained for because they're trying to find the easiest route to the highest amount of money.
But also, it's like Apex makes good money, right? Off of all the bullshit.
Anti-cheat
Banners,
doesn't fucking
all the
work.
shit.
Game is always fucking lagging.
Yeah.
Servers are always fucking crashing.
But like now you add a whole nother level of customization for people to spend money on. Like if you want to only play pilots, go for it. Me, I'm only gonna be in Titan Brawl.
Yeah, only in Titans. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's where we have the most fun.
Yeah, I just don't get why they wouldn't. There's so much money to be made there.
These are some questions I'd like to ask to God.
Yeah.
When I die and go to heaven, my first question is, why the fuck did you fuck up Titanfall? Why did you let this happen?
Hey, yo, I gotta talk to you.
You're like, ah! Turns around all scared. He's like, it's the fucking like creator of the universe. He's like, ah!
Hey, how did he get in here?
Oh fuck!
Yeah. Oh, look. Why'd you fuck up Titanfall, dog?
Ah! Fuck! He sends you back down to Earth by accident.
Yeah.
Ah!
All right, cool. That's hilarious.
Shit.
Oh, fuck. How long have we been going for?
We're at a minute. We're at an hour and 11 minutes.
I think it's good to put a bow on her there.
Yeah, it's a good pod. Thank you for listening and for hanging out with us. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let us know some funny stories, or if you agree or disagree with anything that we talked about. We'd love to hear your comments on the stuff that we talked about today. So, yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.
All right, later, boy.
Later. Bye.